The topic of my IG Nobel Prize is Inhibiting and Facilitating Conditions of the Human Smile, a non-obtrusive test of the facial feedback hypothesis. Introduction. Identify terms. Facial feedback hypothesis. Changes in facial expressions, particularly the act of smiling, can influence an individual's emotional experience. Application to study. The study contributes to the field of affective psychology by providing insights into the relationship between facial expressions and emotional experience. It adds to the body of knowledge surrounding the facial feedback hypothesis, expanding our understanding of how facial feedback influences emotions. This research can serve as the base for further investigations into the complex interplay between facial expressions and emotional states. Next, understanding the inhibiting and facilitating conditions of human smile can enhance our knowledge of nonverbal communication. It can help us interpret and respond to facial expressions more accurately, leading to improved social interactions. By recognizing the impact of smiling on emotions, individuals can be more mindful of their own facial expressions and better comprehend the emotions conveyed by others. For facial simulation procedure, they use a cover story about measuring a facial muscular activity and attach surface electrodes to subjects between their eyebrows, at the corners of their mouth, and on their jaw. A set of electrodes were touched and subjects were asked to track their muscles. Therefore, to determine humans' most natural facial expressions, they use electric shocks or pleasant versus unpleasant videotapes. Typically, the instructions to dissimulate or exaggerate facial expressions resulted in corresponding subjective responses and autonomic reactions. Method to test people's ability to perform various tasks with parts of their body that they would normally not use for such tasks. They invited 92 males and females undergraduates of the University of Illinois. Subjects were run in groups of 4. There have been prevented communication between the subjects, but allowed them to communicate with the experimenter through an open space. Subjects found a felt-tipped marker 12 mm in denominator, an alcohol wab, and a paper tissue. Subjects were told to disinfect the felt pen with an alcohol wab provided. Then, under the lips condition, they were instructed to hold the pen tightly with their lips. It was emphasized that they should not touch the pen with their teeth. In addition, the experimenter demonstrates the correct way to hold the pen. Under the non-dominant hand condition, the experimenter asked subjects to hold the pen with the hand that they would not normally use for writing. Task. The first task was displayed as a practice task and involved drawing a straight line between 2 points. The second task involved drawing a line between 10 ordered digits printed randomly about the page. The third task consisted of the 8 consonation and 9 vowels randomly printed on the page. The fourth task involved the rating of the main interest. In this task, subjects were told that they would see several cartoons of the type typically found in magazines, and that, as usual, some would seem funnier than others. Subjects were asked to rate each on 10 points scale ranking from not at all funny to very funny. Subjects read and rated each cartoon with the pen held in the original positions, lip, teeth, or non-dominant hand. The 4 cartoons were taken from Gary Larson's series. Results. They predicted that the cartoons would be rated least funniest when the activity of the muscles associated with smiling was inhibited in lips condition, but would be rated funniest when the activity was facilitated in teeth condition. As a result, this study shows that the subjects who had the pen with their lips gave the lowest overall rating, 4.32, while those who had it with their teeth gave the highest rate, 5.14. The rating of the subjects who had the pen in their non-dominant hand fell between these two extremes. Mean funniest, 4.77. The predicted pattern proved to be large consistent for all individual cartoons. with all 4 cartoons being rated least funniest in the lips condition, and 3 of the 4 cartoons, except cartoon 1, being rated funniest under the teeth condition. No significant interaction between the experimental conditions and the 4 cartoons results from a mixed model analysis of variances. These findings suggest that inhibiting the muscular activity associated with smiling subjects' experience of humor, whereas facilitating less activities intensive their experiment. Although the size of the effect was small, it proved to be quite consistent over the series of stimuli. Discussion. The reflection is subjects report stronger emotional feelings in the presence of emotional stimulus when the appropriate facial reaction is facilitated rather than inhibited. Subjects' rating may often be composite of both cognitive and affective factors unless subjects are induced to distinguish between them. Improvement. What effect the duration of the pen holding might have had on the amusement rating cannot be decided. Thank you.